YouTube. This is your motherfucking boy, motherfucking Crypto Marley, motherfucking Crypto Obama, blockchain hustler, motherfucking your boy, Crypto Roots. Alright? On some real shit. Whoo! Damn! I ain't never seen anything like this. I'm sure the rest of you haven't. History hasn't seen anything like this of what's going on around the world with this injustice, with this financial system. What do you expect the people to do when you lock them in their house, when you collapse the economy, when you tell them they can't go to work, when you constantly abuse your power? What do you expect? It's almost a perfect recipe. It's almost a perfect recipe. Was this planned? Was this planned? I don't know. 95% says this shit was planned. Are you a part of the plan? Is your reaction to the problem a part of the plan? Are you going to step outside of yourself and say and think and act outside of the plan, the plandemic? I don't give a shit if this fucking video gets deleted. You can catch me on LBRY, the decentralized version of YouTube, and I'm gonna keep posting my shit. The world is going through a major change. America is going through a very major change. And yes, I'm happy to say I got the fuck out of there. Yes, I got the fuck out of America because I knew the shit was going to fucking hell when I lived in LA, when I lived in Long Beach, when I lived in Oakland, when I lived in Atlanta, when I lived in Hawaii. I knew the shit was going to hell. The only reason I came back down to LA was to meet up with Brother Polite, and I swear to God, sometimes I wish I never did that shit too. Okay? You know? But the revolution is here. Are you a part of it? Are you a part of the revolution? Or are you sitting on the motherfucking sidelines? Now, a lot of people can say that I'm just chilling weed, I'm just chilling weed, that I'm just chilling and smoking weed. Hold on. A lot of people can say that I'm just chilling and smoking weed up in Mexico, and I'm not at all involved in the revolution, that I'm not at all participating in the revolution. No. No and yes. No, I'm not dealing with the ignorance of a society and police, and I can go on. But I saw the shit coming and I got the fuck out of there. Am I a coward for doing so? No. My skills, my intelligence can be used in other ways that can fight the revolution. People fail to realize that financial education and cryptocurrency education and computer science education is not fighting the revolution. That is one way to fight the revolution. Ask any politician, ask any jury, ask any police, what is they going to say? How do you combat poverty? How do you combat homelessness? How do you combat all the problems? The first thing they're going to tell you is education. The first thing they're going to tell you is education. How do you feel about Tezos? I'll get to you on Tezos, man. Everybody asks me about this Tezos. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I looked into Tezos. I ain't fucking with Tezos. I'm nothing wrong against Tezos. Nothing stands out. In fact, it's looking kind of centralized. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not saying Tezos can't make you money. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Everybody that you ask, how do you stop this? How do you stop poverty? How do you stop hunger? How do you stop this? The first question they're going to ask is education. The first answer they're going to give you is education to the first question you ask. So I'm in the field of financial education. I'm in the field of computer science education. I'm in the field of real life education. because I live the shit I talk about. I lived the shit I talk about, and I currently live the shit I talk about, and I currently teach it and help educate other people. So don't you ever dare say crypto roots ain't part of the revolution, regardless of where I live at. Regardless of where I live at, don't you dare tell me that me spending the last 3 years of my life educating my people about what's going on around the world and to get prepared, get prepared for the financial collapse. Yo, rioting in the streets is only one form of expression, and that's a physical form. Trust me, this government will always beat you. What you think about Doge? Yo, I fuck with Doge. What's up, Darius Dansler? I fuck with Doge hardcore. In all reality, this is gonna sound crazy. In all reality, I think memes are gonna save us. Memes are gonna save this motherfucking planet. Okay? Memes aren't gonna give back the life that has been taken by police officers, but memes are gonna help you heal. You know what I'm saying? You can't count out the memes. Start investing in Doge. Yes, I am a heavy investor in Dogecoin. Why? Because I feel like at the end of the day, memes are gonna save this fucking planet. And I'll talk about that later because there's a lot of pain and suffering going on. But at the end of the day, it's comedy that's gonna save from the tragedy. All right? So, yes, I'm not in that shit. I'm glad I'm not in that shit. Because if I was in that shit, I'd be throwing some fucking rocks. I'd be in jail. I'd probably be arrested. I'd probably have rubber bullets up my asshole. Like, I'd be in the shit. If I were a fucking slave, straight up, when slavery was legal, if I were a fucking slave and grew up a fucking slave and realized that I was a slave, I'd been the first slave dead. I'd have been a dead slave. You can't keep me a slave, bro. You can't keep me a slave. I will not choose to be a slave. I will choose death other than slavery. I don't care if that was back then or if it's now. I choose death over slavery. So as long as I'm still alive, I'm gonna fight until I'm dead because I'd rather be free than be a fucking slave. All right? Now, yes, I'm chilling. Yes, I'm financially okay, even though I got scammed out of more money than I've ever thought I would ever have. Why? Because my ambition, my drive, my skill, my value is constantly increasing. Constantly increasing. Okay? So the revolution is here. Now, the Hacker Anonymous group, the Hacker Group Anonymous, only shows me what kind of potential I can bring to the revolution. You know what I'm saying? Within a matter of 24 hours, this dude done exposed Donald Trump, Jeffrey Einstein. He done played Fuck the Police on the Chicago radio communications. This nigga done shut down the motherfucking Minnesota Police Department website. This nigga done exposed the royal family for killing Princess Diana over child sex trafficking. Yeah, yo, man, you don't even know the skills cybersecurity has to offer you. You don't even know the skills cybersecurity has to offer you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, this computer science shit is really where it's at. This computer science shit is really where it's at. So yes, I'm studying cross-site scripting. Yes, I got Kali Linux on a virtual machine. You know what? Even if I get in trouble for saying this shit, I don't mind saying this shit because I can at least spark some fire and my fucking followers to keep this shit alive. Because most people gotta stay anonymous. But I understand certain people don't trust the information they hear from you unless they see your face. Unless they know where you're coming from. Certain people, you know what? So whatever it takes, it's okay. But yes, I got Burp Suite. Yes, I know I'm studying bug bounty hunting. Yeah, I'm in the fucking game because I can see the potential of what it has to fight the revolution. Throwing rocks at police in the streets is only one way and only one dimension of fighting the revolution. All right? Getting pepper sprayed isn't the most smartest decision. I can do other things more effectively than getting pepper sprayed in the streets. Not to disregard anyone for having signs and trying to get in the cop's face for fucking some shit that I understand. These people are protecting their system. These people are willing to die for their system. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. And if it happens to go against the, hey, yo, I'm willing to fight the revolution. But there's different ways and different dimensions and different conscious levels of fighting the revolution. That's the truth. So you decide for yourself. Now, I would say people who aren't deeply educated or deeply don't have, they like the revolution on a physical level. They really think that going in front of SWAT teams and SWAT police cars with their fucking faces and fuck you signs is really gonna do. No, you're really only jeopardizing yourself and your freedom. And you know what I'm saying? But hey, I appreciate that. Now there's other groups coming in and sparking up shit and starting shit and making it look like it's worse than it really is, but that's all organized George Soros, Antifa, fucking white supremacist shit. But hey, fuck it, man. I'm talking about it. If this video gets deleted, then fuck it. You find it on LBRY library. But the shit is here. So I just don't want anyone. Not that I'm insecure about it, but don't you dare say that I ain't part of the revolution when not only am I learning skills, building skills to do shit. Because if I do shit, no, you won't ever find out. You're not gonna find out if I'm doing shit. YouTube's not gonna find out, and the fucking government's not gonna find out if I'm doing shit. So I can talk about it all day, but when it comes to actual execution, real hackers know we ain't saying shit. We in there, we out of there, and you ain't ever gonna find out. So the only reason I'm speaking about it on camera is to inspire the hope in my followers to level up, bro. Look up virtual machines. Help us get money. Roots is a leader in the help us get money. Whoa, let's change the word from money for value. Let's change that shit. Stop this word money, because this word money gets us confused. This word money thinks it only comes from a central authority called the US fucking Federal Reserve. Let's change the word, help us build value. Everyone has something valuable about them. Everyone. I don't care what it is. Especially women. That's the thing about women. Indeed, all that. I appreciate that. You got to understand, women have so much value. If you have a woman in your life, I don't care what kind of woman, sister, mother, cousin, brother, wife, it doesn't matter. Women can show men how to have and bring value. That's one thing I appreciate about being around so many women is the value that they show and they express and they give to me. I'm like, yo, like, damn. Some of the women I'm around have so much value, and they always end up making money. The women I'm around always end up making money. I'm like, damn, like, I could see the value. So anyways, surround yourself with women. That's one thing. Surround yourself with women, beautiful, intelligent, smart women, and they'll show you how to generate and gain value. But let me just go over what are valuable. Let's go over what is value. As long as you have value, you have money. And especially comes to cryptocurrency, you can generate value. So let's go over real quick. Attention is valuable. Attention is one of the most valuable fucking things. Yo, I got scammed for 100K for polite. I'm straight up. What did I get in return for speaking up about it? Yo, I got a lot of people's attention, yo. I got a lot of people's attention. Now, is there a dollar amount on how much valuable attention is? Yo, 100K for some of Polite's followers? Yo, I'm okay with that. In some ways, I'm not completely okay with it. But yo, I got some attention out of my investment. Yo, I'm sustaining myself off the investment that I got from the attention that I got from speaking out. So, yo, attention's valuable, bro. I wouldn't have got that attention if it wasn't for Polite. If it wasn't for me having the courage to speak up. So now I created my own business out of his business. His scam. I created a legitimate business. So attention, did you bounce back? Yes, I bounced back, bro. How do you think I'm living outside of the country, bro? How do you think I'm living outside of the country, bro? On an everyday basis, bro. For over a year. For over a year. I'm providing my own income. I'm supporting my woman this whole year. Yeah, I bounced back. I could bounce back even more But I gotta understand, what did I get in return? I woke people up in return, bro. I woke people up in return. I got mentees. I got 8 mentees. I'm teaching kids, all because I decided to speak up. You know what? I just recently heard, and this is not to toot my own horn. This is not to toot my own horn. But great stories happen to people who can tell them. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. Great stories happen to people who can tell them. People who have the courage to tell them, great things happen. What happens in a good story? The protagonist goes through a hard time, goes through a up, goes through a down, goes through a up, goes through a down. In the end, comes out on top. That is what people decide overall, whether it's movies or books, what is a great story. Great stories happens to people who can tell them. If I never decided to speak up, there's more and more people that would have been scammed and da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, what I shared was value. Now, attention is valuable. What I learned from Polite was trust is valuable. Yes, bro, I'm willing, yes, I appreciate it, brother. I'll teach as much people as I can for as much free as I can. I'll share as much as I can because I feel this is valuable. But one of the things I learned from Polite was obviously attention is valuable. That's what Polite is narcissistic about. He needed that attention. The attention is worth more to Polite than it is in the money. Trust me, when it comes to a narcissistic person like that, attention is worth more than the money. Now, what I learned from that situation was trust. Trust is very, very valuable. If people can trust you, you will always find a way to generate value. So we got attention, which is valuable, which means that's a way, whether it's YouTube ads, whether it's your own ads, whether it's t-shirts, it doesn't matter, man. Really, it doesn't matter. Attention is very, very valuable. Trust is very, very valuable. Energy is very, very valuable. Okay? So if you don't have money, you're not utilizing these tools of value the right way. The right way. Because all you need to do is package something. Package something. A good or a service. Find something that you felt was difficult. I sell mining. I can set up your crypto miner. It sounds simple when I say it, but I spent years trying to figure that shit out. How do you make profit on a centralized processing unit on a laptop or a cell phone that is a cryptocurrency and not, how do you do that? How do you do that? I did it and I sell it as a service. You know, that's what it is. I learned cryptocurrency. I sell that course it's not that difficult. But what I learned from the whole situation is what are you willing to sacrifice to stand out from the rest of everyone else? What are you willing to sacrifice to stand out? And a lot of people don't like that. And this is the shit I keep to myself. This is the goal I keep to myself. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because everything comes with a sacrifice, especially if you want to get ahead. You got to give something. You got to take a loss in some way that a part of you has to die in order for a new part of you to emerge. Once that new part of you emerge, people see value in it. You know, I'll be real, man. People want to know, why you gave Polite money like that? Why you gave Polite money like that? Why would you believe in someone like that? You will never know. You will never know until you're on the other side of the mirror. When people, Roots, I'm going to get that money to you, Roots. Roots, I'm going to borrow that money from my wife, Roots. I'm going to pay for your mentorship. I'm going to pay for that course, Roots. No, Roots, I got you. I'm going to make sure I'm going to get that money to you, bro. The shit, people were willing to do to get the money to me was the shit I was willing to do to get the money to Polite because I believed in his message, bro. And to believe that dude would take advantage of people who believed in him, I just can't do that, man. Because now I'm in a position to do that. You will never know. You will never know until you have sacrificed some shit and gained enough value and got enough people's attention where they're willing to take money from their women. When they're willing to take money from their women to give it to you, to pay you for your goods and services, you will never have any idea. I appreciate it. So when people say, you got scammed by Polite, bro, I believed in him. And you will never know until people believe in you, until you have the option to take, until you know deep down inside that you can take advantage of other people. Until you know that you can actually take advantage of other people and choose not to, you will never know why I gave money to Polite like that. You will never know, but I know. I know because people believe in me. People believe in me. How I know? Because people are willing to do whatever it takes to get the money to me. Because they want the game. They want the knowledge. So I have a choice. I can overcharge. I can make up shit. I can promise them fucking crypto dream. Yo, you give me this crypto. Yo, I can play the shit, but I choose not to because I know what it is to be taken advantage of. Yeah, man, I understand. But what I'm saying is, you will never know until people are willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to get the money to you. That's a whole nother game. And that's what I learned, is that I'm on the other side of the mirror now. That I have the choice, I have the ability to overcharge and make up shit and manipulate people out of their money, out of their crypto, and I choose not to. Because I don't want to cause that much harm on people. I don't want that done to me. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I got to bounce back 100K. I'm bouncing back. But 100K, now that I had it, I realized it ain't that much. Now that I've been with someone, I realize, yo, it ain't that much. But what is money? What is money to you? How much is enough money to you? How much is enough money to you? You know what? That's what I recently decided. I recently decided how much is enough money. Enough money to me is I don't have to work for nobody no more, man. I can wake up and go to sleep whenever I want. That's enough money to me. That's enough money where this house, literally this house, bro, I'm gonna walk through this house, bro. I got this shit to myself, bro. I'm gonna walk, I was sleeping on the beach, bro. I was sleeping on the beach in that fucking hammock, bro. Now I got this house to my fucking self, for real. So don't tell me, like, I don't know. I don't want to go down that negative road, but what I'm telling you is real. I need my own space. I got my own space. So what is money? Money to me is to have enough space, to have enough time, to have enough freedom, to go to sleep when I want, to wake up when I want, to take whenever, and to just not have to answer to anybody. That's enough money to me. I don't care what dollar amount you call it. As long as you can do it, that's enough money to me. And yes, I can get even more. Because why? Because I want to have the freedom to just fucking do whatever the fuck what I wanted to. Whenever I wanted to do. And so, that's not to brag. But, back to what I was saying. The revolution is here, man. It's here. People, you know, at the end of the day, you could just pick up a rock and throw it. You could pick up a rock and throw it at a cop. And it may or may not have positive or negative consequences or repercussions. You know what I'm saying? But once the White House turns off their light, once the president goes into his bunker, yo, the people starting to speak up. The people are really starting to speak up. And I don't promote death. I don't promote violence. I don't promote that shit. I understand it. I definitely understand it. I don't promote it. I definitely understand it. Yeah, man. So, now I want to spark some intellectualism. I do. There's a lot of smart people that could be doing more. There's a lot of ignorant people that yo, this technology is where I feel I can make the most difference. And when I see other hackers for really taking down the system, I'm like, yo, it's time for me to learn what this shit is all about. So here's one I'm gonna leave with you. Look up Linux dual boot. If you're running a Windows computer, I'm sorry for Mac users. You're gonna have to get Windows or Linux. I can't help you out with Mac, man. I'm sorry, but that's Mac. You gotta understand these ecosystems. It's really about Linux. Linux. In fact, I'm about to get a Linux phone. You gotta get off the grid. You gotta get off the systems. You gotta use a VPN. You gotta use Monero. You gotta use Bitcoin. You gotta, I don't know, man. I'm about to get off this motherfucking iPhone. I'm about to get off this fucking iPhone You know, I got off Instagram. I mean, I'm just so done and fed up. But yes, it's important for me to communicate with people. One of the ways I make my bread is communicating. So yes, I still need to be on platforms to communicate with people. Okay? So I'm not above, I'm not greater, I'm not better than any of you guys. But what I am is really, really determined. And I smoke a lot of fucking weed. I smoke a lot of fucking weed. What happens when I smoke a lot of weed? I start to think a lot. I start to self-reflect. Explain that, Lynn. When I smoke a lot of weed, I start to blame myself. I start to take responsibility for my own actions, and I start to take actions. And it's really helped, man. It's really helped because if you would have ever told me that all I had to do was read and watch videos and then talk about it, that I can make a living online, I would have never believed you, man. I would have never believed you. And this is when I gets high. Yes, man. So that works for me. I'm not here to hide that from my channel. If you don't smoke marijuana, that's fine. You know, not that I get it, but I don't hate you. I don't hate you. But I smoke weed. But it's helped me learn programming. Why? I'm going to be honest. I'll admit some shit. I'll admit to you why I smoke a lot of weed. I'm a naturally impatient person. Really. I'm naturally impatient. I just don't like to wait. When it comes to women, when it comes to money, when it comes to things that are, I guess, important to me, I don't like to wait. But the thing about marijuana is that it does help me relax. It does help me keep my patience. It does help me just calm down so that I can just appreciate things without getting too impatient. And that's how I learned programming. I did not have the patience to sit in front of a computer and learn how to program it until I started smoking weed and realized, yo, this shit helps me calm down. I can figure all these problems out, you know? And from that, yes, I smoke weed, but I do things while I smoke weed. I don't just smoke weed to smoke weed and brag about it. No, I smoke weed and I get things done that normally I would have a harder time getting things done if I wasn't high. I don't know. I'm not here to be like, whatever. If it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't work for you. But it works for me. But I get shit done because it works for me. So whatever is your medicine, do it. As long as this is your medicine. Yes, weed gives me patience. Yeah, it gives me patience too. I mean, like I said, I'm admitting to you one of my flaws. I'm naturally an impatient person. I'm naturally just impatient. I don't know if it's something with my childhood. I don't know. But I'm naturally just impatient. And weed helps me keep my patience, especially around women. Especially around women, weed helps me keep my patience. Okay? So, I'm going to end this soon. But, yes. Let's go over a few things that are going to help you stay anonymous, help you stay private, help you keep away from these contact tracers. That Bill Gates wants to put fucking satellites all around the world in space to constantly have live feed data of where you're at. It doesn't even matter if you want to live in the jungle. Bill Gates wants to monitor you. Like, woo! We are in some fucking hard times, man. Believe me, even Mexico's suffering, bro. Mexico's suffering, you know? So let's go over a few things. Talk about Linux. Linux is Linux. Linux is an open source operating system. It was created by this guy named, I forgot his name. But this guy was a 19-year-old kid. Yeah, like send me that link in the chat. Let me see these chats, live chat. Spell it or something. Yeah, Linux. So Linux is an open source operating system. Everybody needs to learn it. It's not that hard. Whatchamacallit? It's free. So if you have Windows 10, if you have a Windows 10 computer, go to the Microsoft Store and type in Ubuntu, into Ubuntu, and download that. It's a Linux dual boot, so you won't have to erase your Windows operating system to run Linux. You can also run Linux on top of separate from your Windows operating system. I know it sounds crazy. I hate to sound all nerdy. But it's like, yo, I gotta speak the language, I gotta speak the lingo. And if you guys who watch Polite, you know them fucker use all big words and shit. I'm not using big words. Download a Linux dual boot and start look up top 10 Linux commands and start learning Linux, because you got to get off their system. You got to get off your iPhone. You got to stop using Apple Store. You got to stop using Google Store. They're gonna come out with contact tracing programs that are gonna fuck and apps. Like, dude, use Proton VPN. Use Brave browser. Use Proton VPN. It's like, yo, every way you access the internet, the man's got his foot up your ass, man. And you're gonna need to get out of his system. So use Monero, use Bitcoin, use Proton VPN, use Brave browser, use Linux, and you're gonna be very good. You're gonna be very good. And look up the BAT Messenger, BAT Messenger. Download that in your Apple Store. Download BAT Messenger. It is one of the most completely private messaging apps out there. And you don't even have to give up your phone number. All right? So, BAT Messenger. If you want to communicate with people, completely encrypted, completely in private. So, now we look up BAT Messenger, a way to communicate. We looked up Linux, a free open source software operating system. Then we looked up Brave browser, how to access the internet, which is privacy protected. Then we got your Proton VPN, which is your privacy email. Then you got your Proton VPN that you can even use through Tor. Then you got your anonymous cryptocurrencies such as XMR, Monero, and Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then you got decentralized applications. So, yo, we don't need this system by any means whatsoever. And that's what the war is really all about. A war for control over your life, over the finance, over value. You know, and don't ever think that they have the upper hand. You always, as the people, have the upper hand. We outnumber them. We outnumber them by many, many times. And the best peaceful protest you could ever participate in is buying cryptocurrency. That is a complete peaceful protest, exiting the financial system that keeps them in power. Buy Bitcoin, buy Monero, transact with Bitcoin, transact with Monero, accept Bitcoin, accept Monero, offer Bitcoin, offer Monero. That's how you fight the system. That's how you keep your family, you safe from physical harm. I love you so much. I appreciate all the love. I'll chat with you later. Much love and aloha. Take care.